Hey everyone, it's the Nitty Professor. I'm here with Ari at my side, and I had a cool realization past day or so, which is that my heritage boot collection has kind of reached this more mature phase. Now, it's been a while since I bought a new pair, and of course I've been having a lot of fun acquiring really cool pairs of heritage boots, but my desire to do that lately has been a lot less, which is probably a good thing. And it just kind of dawned on me that I'm very fortunate now to have a collection that I prize because it's just so serviceable. It gives me what I need for all sorts of different occasions. So I've broken down my collection into 3 different categories, and I'm just going to show you a couple of examples of each. And I'd be really curious if you guys out there who collect heritage boots and wear them on probably a daily basis like I do, if you've had a similar sort of sense that, you know, you've kind of grown into your collection and it's kind of a more mature type of phenomenon where you just know what you need when you can just go and grab it and it's right there and you can just really love the heck out of wearing those boots. So the first category, I have a couple pairs of boots in the category where it's still, I haven't thoroughly broken them in to the point where I can just grab them, put them on, wear them all day. Still working towards that. And the good news is that the number of boots that fall into that category for me is getting pretty low. So the first ones I'm going to share with you are my Indian Spirit Lake Red Wings. It's the 4313s in the, I believe this is 8.5D, the amber portage leather. So this is a beautiful pair of boots, and there are several reasons why they are not yet in my regular rotation. In fact, one of you guys commented on a video that I made with Jared at the Red Wing store in Omaha a year and a half ago, where he was talking about the folding technique. And so I tried his folding technique, and I'm still not happy with it. So I'm still experiencing discomfort just because of the effort to try to figure out the best way to fold this tongue. The boots are also admittedly a hair small, so I can only wear them with thinner socks, which I do rarely because I tend to wear my handmade wool socks. So I think I'm going to have to still continue to experiment with the folding technique on these beautiful boots. But, you know, I've been able to get some mileage out of them. I've been able to put, you know, a few hours here and there, kind of see a little bit of wear on the heel, but not a whole lot. So these boots deserve more love. I'm going to give it to them, especially now that a lot of my other pairs are thoroughly broken in. I can afford, you know, the thing is that my feet are old, so I can't, like, if I spend a day in discomfort because of my, you know, the balls of my feet or the toes cramping up or blisters toward the ankles or threatening, I give my feet a break, sometimes 3 days, because that's just, you know, hard on me. And because I have a lot of boots now that are super, super comfortable, I don't really need to put up with that. So the next pair that I wore these recently, these are the Dusty Blue mock toes, size 41.5. So they're, again, 8.5D. I got them a bit small because I bought these in Stockholm, and when I tried on the 9s, they just didn't fit right. And 8.5, so I was like, yeah, they fit pretty good. Now, one of the things that I haven't done yet, you guys know me, I have not yet removed this collar. Now, if I did that, I think the boots would probably be automatically a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more likely to be worn. Now, you can tell I've worn these. I've been putting some miles on them. We're getting some wear on the toe box with the you know, flexibility. It's coming along. So these are a couple pairs of boots, and I have a couple more, maybe total of like 5 or 6 pairs that are just, they're like not quite ripe, but they're getting there. And, you know, a year from now, depending on what happens, I don't know if I'm going to buy more boots or not. You know, maybe not. Just depends. I might be able to say that I hardly have any that I rarely wear, and if I do, then maybe they would be gone by then. So now let's look at some boots that are sort of more recently broken in that I'm really starting to enjoy, and they're not as, like, on my regular rotation, but I can rely on them. I know if I put them on, I'm going to be good to go for like 6 hours. Not going to be a problem. Might be able to wear them all day. And here's probably my most recent acquisition, which is these Parkhurst Alleghenies in kudu. Now, speaking of kudos to Parkhurst on these boots, because the last is a dream, the leather is a dream, the workmanship is a dream. You really get your money's worth with these more recent versions of the Parkhurst. These are the made in Spain boots. I think they make some boots now in Spain, some in Portugal, and these have just been pretty easy to break in, super comfortable right off the bat. Haven't got, just a ton of wear on them, but, I think we could argue based on the heel that I've probably worn these as much as I have the Spirit Lake Red Wings, which is, it says something, right? Because these were more comfortable and practical off the bat. We don't have that tongue to struggle with because it's not like this is pretending to be a motorcycle boot where you need that ankle protection. So really pleased. Again, I believe this was my most recent purchase, and I haven't worn as much during the spring, like winter spring transition because of the mud. We've got a lug sole here, but now that things are starting to dry out, I've even got the telltale rock. But now that things are starting to dry out, I'm very, very likely to get a good deal of use out of these wonderful boots. I highly, highly recommend Parkhurst, especially for the money. If you are hell-bent on buying ones that are made in the United States, more power to you. I do try to prioritize that myself, but I don't have any problem buying something that's made in a country that is at least historically pretty hospitable to us Yanks, and with, which we have a lot in common. So I'm really glad about those. Here's another pair of boots that are in that second category of, yeah, I can wear them, but I might get a little sore if I wear them all day. These are, you get the number right, the 4331s, Iron Rangers. These were designed in Hamburg, the, what's it called? Motorcycle Room, something like that. In any case, yeah, the 4331s, and they've got your chemigum sole. I do sometimes have a bit of an issue with the Iron Ranger construction in the toe box, and especially right here on the side of my foot. A lot of times I get some pressure, and it just takes me a little longer to break these babies in. But we're very close on these. This is a pretty tough leather, and it's been, not like a huge chore to break these babies in, but we're getting really close. And I don't wear them as commonly as like the boots that I have on my feet now, which I'm not going to show you, but those are my Trumans in the black rough out, the oiled rough out. But I know I'm going to get more and more use out of these because black is just such a useful color. It goes with a lot of stuff. Coming on sole is something that I really like, and I just got to get that leather just a little bit more broken in, and then I think they'll be among some of my most comfortable boots. So let's now move to category 3 or maybe 1, depending on your point of view. The boots that I can just put on, they're just a dream to wear. I've put in the work, I've broken them in. They were high quality from the start, and I just adore wearing them, and I feel really grateful that I have them. So the first pair I'm going to show you is my Trumans in the Viola Forstrom. These are fantastic boots, as you guys know. It's fabulous leather. It's from Italy. And Truman just does a really awesome job of building tanks that are comfortable. I can't say enough about the last, the durability, the great materials. This has the Vibram V-Bar sole, which is one of the reasons why I love these so much. That sole is just, it's maximum practicality as far as I'm concerned. It has still, good grip, although you can tell wearing them a lot, the grip is starting to kind of get compromised a little bit wearing into those threads. But that's just, evidence of how much I've worn these. Gotten a lot of use out of them because they're just fantastic. Now, I don't even know if I'll ever need to get these resold. I don't know. I have enough boots to wear, it's not like I wear them every day. But if I did, I wouldn't have a problem because super, super comfortable. I love putting them on. And you can't really tell how this leather is aged, which is kind of just, I don't want to say a limitation, but like a quality, a feature of this particular Viola horse front leather. The dark color, it's not like it has a ton of pull-up and stuff like that. It's, it doesn't age the same way as another pair of boots that I'm going to show you here in a minute. But fantastic. I always know when I put these boots on, I'm good to go for the entire day. I can walk wherever I want. My feet are going to be safe. I'm going to be stable, going to be protected. Just a fantastic pair of boots now that they're totally broken in. Here's another pair of Trumans. I must say, the Trumans, I just have a really good track record of breaking those babies into the point where they are super comfortable and durable and protective. These are my dark Coyote rough out boots. Kind of a similar construction with the unstructured toe box there and a more of a flat sole. This is the Truman specific flat sole. And again, you can kind of see, been putting on the miles, definitely been, you know, making a difference there on the heel because they really serve me well. Now these boots is kind of a cool deal because I keep them, they no longer have the nap that they used to have, but these are waterproof. I mean, all I have to do is like mink oil them or whatever, wax them, and they're waterproof. So I wear these in snow and slush and mud, and they're just fantastic. I'll have to work on the edge dressing. You can tell the edge dressing has taken a hit, especially walking through like snow where you've got like ice shards and stuff hitting it, stuff like that. But that's, to me, it's just evidence of how much use I get out of them. We've got the storm welt here that's going up towards the leather vamp. Just a fantastic pair of boots, extraordinarily comfortable. Can wear them all day. I'll be sitting there at the night knitting. I'm like, oh, I still have my boots on. You know, like I totally forget because they're so comfortable. I can wear these 12 hours, and on rare occasion, I'll wear them multiple days in a row. Like you're technically not supposed to do that, but it's like I can't resist because they feel so good. Put on the miles, put in the work, fantastically broken in, and they're extraordinarily useful. And again, these are just examples. I could be showing you like a dozen pairs of boots here, but I'm just, you know, picking a few to just give you an idea. And again, to kind of ask you, like, is this your experience? Is your collection to the point where you just have all these go-tos that you can count on with maybe a few in the side that still need some extra work? So the last pair I'm going to show you, actually, I hadn't worn these all winter, which I'm not sure why. It's probably just partly a symptom of, you know, having a number of pair of boots. The last time I had put these on was in the fall. These are my 1,000 miles from Wolverine. A lot of people are like, 1,000 miles are like entry level. Something must be going on outside. What's going on, Ari? Huh? You all right? But I disagree. I have had outstanding luck with my Wolverine 1,000 mile boots for the money. I don't think you can beat them. They're completely made in the United States with American components. So these are made of the Pullman leather. This is the Evans construction with the half sole. And you probably get some idea of, on the one hand, how durable this sole is, but on the other hand, that I have put a lot of miles on these boots. And what's cool about the, even on the part of the leather part of the sole, you can see where I've like stepped on rocks and stuff like that. So one of the things I love about this leather, and this is just one example of this kind of phenomenon, is how it has aged. I adore how this leather is aged. This is not a pair of boots that I use to mow the lawn. These are just boots that I tool around and go dog walking, work in the garden, go to school, go shopping, and you can even see how they've kind of taken on my shape with my gait. And I suppose, you know, I don't know, if I just looked at this, they might be like, oh, you got some weird stuff going on with your gait. These boots are incredibly comfortable, and I think the reason is because I've broken them in to match my foot, my gait, etc. I can wear these all day long and just totally forget I have them on. And I just love how, you know, we've got the parts, like the leather is just a hair more polished and discolored. And this is a Horween product's got just still some nice pull-up going on there. I've got my leather laces, which I always prefer. You can tell these are just absolutely 100% broken in, extraordinarily comfortable. I would buy these again in a heartbeat, especially with this particular leather, this particular construction. But I have to say that all my Wolverines fall into this category. I could just throw them on. They're good to go all day long, protect my feet, be comfortable, look good. And the leather it's so much fun because it's just got a ton of character. So I'd be really interested to know how things look with your collection. Maybe you just, started collecting and you haven't reached this point with some of your boots yet, or maybe you've been collecting for a much longer time than me and you've got 30 pairs that look like this. But when I get a pair of boots to this stage, I'm golden. I'm just like, yeah, that's where we want to be. I know I can put these babies on, good to go, wear them all day, comfortable, protected, and I enjoy the wonderful leather on my feet. So you guys take care. I'd love to hear from you, and hope you have a good weekend, because that's where we're at. Weekend's coming up. Y'all take care. Bye.